and welcome back to Brandmerry on YouTube. I'm Michelle Knight. I'm a branding and business coach for female entrepreneurs, and I am so excited that you are here with me today. Today I'm going to talk to you about your home base, also known as your website. So one thing I want to get out of the way in the very beginning is that you do not need a website to start selling. You do not need a website right off the bat. Too many entrepreneurs spend hours and days and weeks and months, if you're like me, building this beautiful website, doing this beautiful launch, and then just expecting people to come. And unfortunately, it just doesn't work out that way. However, when the time does come for you to create your website, when you're feeling really grounded in your story and your messaging and your ideal client, I wanted to give you 3 things that are definitely needed on your home base. Number 1, and this is not going to come as a shock to anyone watching, your story. I literally want your story on every single page of your website. So on my website, you can find out more about my story on my homepage. I have a whole entire page dedicated to my story. On every single product or course page, you know a little bit about me. It's also integrated into my blog as well as all the different moving parts of my website. And there's a reason for that. It's because as online entrepreneurs, we want to build trust. We want to make friends with our ideal client. And there's no faster way to do that than sharing your story, sharing your truth so that people feel like they already know you and get you and understand you right away. So there are so many different ways to do it. I always recommend having a solid page dedicated to your story, and I don't hold back with my story. I love going into beautiful, beautiful detail and taking my clients on a journey, which I think is very, very important. But sharing it on other pages can be very small. It doesn't have to go, you don't have to go into great, great detail, but it's really important to always have something about you, who you are, your truth on the different pages of your website. And that leads me to number 2. Number 2 is consistency. So we're building on this whole trust factor, right? We want our audience to trust us from the get-go. That is what allows them to invest not only in themselves, but also in our businesses. And consistency is really important because nothing breaks trust than inconsistency. In the online entrepreneur, if you're a service-based entrepreneur, you probably know about lead magnets, which we're going to be talking about in just a second. And one of the key things we talk about is if you're running a Facebook ad and you're sending people to a landing page, you want the ad and the landing page to be consistent. You don't want to break that trust. Well, the same goes with your website. If someone lands on your home page and then they go to a work with me page, it needs to be consistent. And then they head over to the blog, continuing that consistency. So you're taking your ideal client on a seamless journey around your website, learning more and more about who you are, what you have to offer, all the fun little resources and things that you put together for your audience. And a couple key ways to do that are through choosing your fonts, being consistent with your colors, being consistent with your photos, and being consistent with your emotions, which I talked to you about in the last video. If you haven't watched that yet, go ahead and watch it right there. You will understand a lot more about emotion after watching that video, but that is going to help you choose these pieces that allow your brand to be consistent. The other piece that people sometimes miss out on is their messaging and their copy. So making sure that your language and your voice is very consistent on the different pages of your website. And a little bonus tip, do yourself a favor and just carry over that consistency onto social media as well. And number 3 is a call to action, some sort of engagement. We often miss out on this on our websites. And with the way social media is working today, if you are utilizing Pinterest, you're getting traffic onto your website. If people are finding you via Google, maybe they're finding you through your Facebook group, a podcast that you recently did, right? People are finding us all different ways online that we really want to give them the opportunity to continue learning from us, to continue building that trust and that connection with each other. So I always recommend on every page, yes, I said every page, there is some sort of call to action on your website. I'll give you a couple examples that I absolutely love. So on my homepage, brandmerry.com, I have 2 of my top free resources and a way that people can connect with me in Authentic Brand Builder. So they can join my email list and join my private community. On my story page at the very bottom, we have a call to action for a freebie, one of my top freebies, and to work with me. Obviously on a work with me page, the call to action is work with me. And on my blog, on every single page, I even have some sort of free offer. So I'm giving my audience tons and tons of value and giving them the opportunity to continue building this relationship off of the website. You want to have a way to capture your audience, keep and build their trust, and then carry on that relationship so it can lead to future sales. It's really, really important, and it could be something as simple as a workbook or a PDF. I have a couple videos that I have previously recorded on finding the right freebie for you. I'll go ahead and link those below so you can watch those. But what I highly recommend you do is give away a gift. Give something of value, something that is totally on brand for you, but don't just ask for an email address. I really believe gone are the days of saying, sign up for our newsletter. People want an email with value, right? If they're gonna give away their email address, which we all know is like writing someone a check, right? Our emails are very important to us. We want to give them something in return. So do yourself a really quick favor, put together a PDF or video or something that's really on brand, plaster it on your website, giving them the opportunity to continue to learn from you and build that relationship and connection. So those are the 3 things that you must have on your website to carry on that brand consistency and to start building that trust and connection with your audience. If we haven't connected already in my private community, please come join me, authenticbrandbuilders.com. You can go ahead and join that way. It's super easy. I have the links below to connect with me on social. Please comment, and as always, if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so you get notifications and don't miss when new videos roll on out. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will talk to you again soon.